So you started, investing your money on this farm in 2019, right? So what I would want to know is how much did you invest and how much it is worth right now?
33 acre was ancestral. All 27 we bought. So would have spent approximately 4 to 5 cr on just land, and I think remaining on construction obviously. So we have, unlike most farmhouses where you can actually have a very subtle simple farmhouse, we wanted to not compromise on the comfort what we had in a city. So we have built two villas, the villas what you're seeing here, and there is another villa with 4 rooms, guest house basically. So with all that in place, so we would have spent around another 4 to 5 crores. So I think I can say under $1 million is what we spent here, and some support from the family. Both our parents, their retirement money, they've helped us a bit as well to do. But I think put together, me, my wife, our parents, her parents, so all of put together, I think we would have invested over $1 million. But it's easily worth almost 2x in last 3 years.
Yeah, so if you were to, let's say, put it out and you want to sell this, so
I can easily sell it at 25.
okay.
So I can say it's doubled or tripled in last 3 years. The difficult part is getting the infrastructure. So we bought initially a 25 kilowatt power transmission here. Then now we have 100 kVA. So we are getting a 25 kilowatt solar panel. We're just making infrastructure for that now. Then we have 2 borewells. We have made a huge, I think the biggest investment was the pond. So we made a almost 1.5 acre man-made pond where you can actually put a lot of fishes. Right now, we are not doing aquaculture or anything right now formally. Last 2 years, we were also learning. We have some 1 lakh fishes right now. So you can scale up to 10 lakh fishes. And there's I think fisheries are very profitable, I think. So
Right. So if let's say in long term, because obviously, Shed, in the short term, you can't expect much from farming because it
yeah.
takes time. But let's suppose, with your lake, with your coffee plantations and everything, and your coconut plantation and everything, how much do you think, 5 to 10 years down the line, how much you would be earning on a
5 to
monthly
10 year will be
basis?
very good because coconut will have its yield. My coffee will be in its prime. So if 5 years from now, I think easily 1 cr to 1.5 cr just from the estate. Put together farm, I can't even, if you really commercially do it in a year, you can make 50 lakh to 1 crore just from the pond, because that's a huge pond. But put together, I think I can retire comfortably. Even now, if I just leave everything with whatever and with just the fishery and the farm, I think I can even retire today with the same comfort what I have. Like, I think that is sorted. So, but I think in 5 years from now, I think even if you do a good job, decent job in farm plus the fishery, you can easily make 2 cr with 30 acres.
If you go on YouTube today and you find, in the case of people who are looking for early retirement, they dream of these big farmhouses that they want to spend their time on, right? But people usually don't know how to approach it, right? And you have been doing this for quite a while now. So can you walk me through, number one, the vision behind this farmhouse, right, that you've built, and what are the economics involved behind building this farmhouse?
See, as fancy as it sounds, owning a farmhouse, if you're just expecting return in terms of the yield just coming from the crop, with the current land prices, it is not practical. Say example, if the whatever we have invested, so recently we bought a 10 acre land, say example, a decent 15 lakh per acre, it is almost 1.5 cr. If you have to put coffee in it, grow it for 3 years, get your first crop, wait for another 2 years to get actual crop, and then want to make money out of it, it will take you 20 years. So if you're just doing that, it is not practical. But I'm not demotivating it, but I think that's the fact. But I think you can optimize it further. Like example, by having a small guest house, you make it to Airbnb, and that's when things start moving upwards, right? You can't just rely on the farming. So because it has its challenges. Imagine you buy a empty land. If you buy a good farm which is already running, then it is good, but it is expensive. It is almost 2 to 3 times more expensive. That doesn't make any sense to pay such big money for something which is there, and you will not be able to spend full time because you're not an expert, you're not a farmer. Unless you know farming really well, it doesn't make sense to go and put 5 crore on a existing farm and waiting for the return. It will never happen. So what I would suggest is, say, what I did is I took an empty plot at probably 30% of the actual price of a regular full-fledged estate, right? And the moment you put a fence and get a bowel and plant a regular coffee or any timber or anything, and immediately in 1 year your land value is up by 30-40%. And immediately if you want to sell and exit, you're already making 30-40%. So that's how you can make money, number one. So because empty land versus one with the infrastructure, the cost is different. Like if you're paying 15 lakh for an empty plot, The moment you put a fence, water, everything, it goes to 20-25. Then after 5 years, if it starts giving yield and then you sell it, probably will go at 50 lakh. So if you're exiting, then that's when you make money. But if you want to stay put on, like you want to have your retirement life here, then probably you need to go bit of a commercial crop.